We need to go back. Back to the Future. This is a collection of our reviews of the Back to the Future Trilogy created by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. It'll be followed by our thoughts of the whole franchise at the end. Enjoy! This movie will have you getting into a DeLorean and trying to hit 88 miles per hour. It's Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly and Christopher Lloyd as Emmett Doc Brown. This is a sci-fi classic about time travel shenanigans. Marty finds himself flung into the past, and now he's trying to get back to the future, all while trying to set right the timeline he inadvertently messed up. This movie can seem pretty campy, awkward, and eccentric. The acting from a cast seems really exaggerated, especially from Christopher Lloyd, but this only adds to the amusement and charm. The movie sets up that Marty and Doc are friends, and their chemistry was one of the more interesting aspects of the film to watch, but it would have been great to see how this relationship started. While this film does suffer from minor discrepancies usually associated with the time-traveling genre, the story is still easy to follow along and won't confuse the audience.
Great Scott! We're heading back to the future with Back to the Future Part 2. If you enjoyed the first movie, you'll surely enjoy this one as well. Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd reprised their roles as Marty McFly and Emmett Doc Brown as they head out on another fun, silly adventure into the years 2015 and once again 1955 to save their timeline. Heading back to 1955 was quite the deja vu as we got to see scenes from the first film unfold from a different perspective, which was pretty cool and impressive. Unfortunately, there were major plot conveniences that stemmed from the actions of the main antagonist, Biff Tannen, and Marty's ego. It was also odd that Marty's girlfriend, Jennifer Parker, was sidelined for most of the film, considering she also went with our main characters to the future. Overall, though, this film was even more fun and wacky than its predecessor, with some nice built-up tension that surely has us excited for the third film. Well, this is heavy. Welcome back to Going Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 3. This time we're headed to 1885 as we find ourselves for one last time experiencing the beautiful chemistry between Marty and Doc. If you enjoyed the first and second films, you'll surely appreciate the neat references this film makes to its predecessors. Funnily enough, this film plays out as a western despite the futuristic time-traveling technology used by our main characters. Similar to the first movie, the story here was self-contained to one timeline, so it wasn't difficult to understand what was going on in spite of the time travel. There were significantly fewer plot conveniences in this film, but the ending was still a bit odd considering Doc ended up doing the opposite of what he originally suggested. The movie not only wraps up the series in a nice way, but also provides some pleasant character growth, like Marty getting over his ego and Doc finding his one true love in the space-time continuum. This series is a timeless classic that set the precedent for science fiction comedy films, especially for those that involve time traveling. The chemistry between Marty and Doc really helps carry the series. So much, in fact, that inspired another popular sci-fi series known as Rick and Morty. After watching all three movies, Austin and I would recommend this series as a whole, not just for its cultural significance, but also for its fun, well-organized storytelling and characters. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed creating these reviews, and we'll see you in the next one.